Look at here. I've been working with Claude all day and just noticed 3.7 has just dropped and it's supposed to be really good. Let's take a look at some of the details first and then let's test it out. Maybe even compare it. First, looking at reasoning compared to old Claude, yeah, it's a big boost compared to OpenAI o1. Solid increase. o3 Mini is excellent. DeepSeek R1, certainly better than that. The only true competitor is Grok 3, which is currently in beta. Both of them heavy hitters doing a really good job in the reasoning area. Claude has always been really good at coding. And as you can see, Claude 3.5 at 49% was still matching up these other newer models. And now they just kicked it up again. And this is impressive. I'm looking forward to playing with the coding abilities with Claude 3.7. I think this is going to be amazing when I start diving into it for some of my more complex coding problems. And as you can see, going down the list, Claude 3.7 seems very solid based on these benchmarks. Again, I've used 3.5 quite a bit for coding, and it has held its own against the other AI such as o1, o3, and DeepSeek, and I'm sure Grok is about the same. And again, they really have increased its abilities with software engineering with 3.7, and this is going to be a game changer for many software engineers and coders. Despite all of the updates with the other models such as OpenAI, Grok, DeepSeek, and other open source models, I've always gone back to Claude for writing, just my default. And I use a number of different models, and Claude is always the one I like to go back to. So let's do a simple test among 3 of the more solid AIs. Write a 1-paragraph creative story about a duck and a cat going to the moon. And we'll use the same prompt for the other ones. I'll show you the results of each. You can pause to see which one you like better. All right, very good. Okay, let's test it against o3 Mini. All right, pause to read. And here's DeepSeek. All right, pause to read. Let's head on over to Grok. Grok 3 is in beta and available to everyone, so this is a nice comparison. Pause to read. Okay, back over to Claude, and let's do a quick coding exercise. Very simple. Create a chess game. Now, this chess game is much longer. The code is much longer than many of the other tests that we have done recently. So this is interesting. I'm curious to see what it's going to look like. Oh, and here we go. This looks pretty good. And it works a lot better than the previous ones. I can tell you right now that it's better looking. It's more, the code is better. It runs better. Before, when I would run this test, even with Claude, I would end up with all of these squares lighting up when I clicked on it. I guess the bottom line with a quick overview, this seems much more thoughtful than previous coding. I'm looking forward to seeing how this works with a little bit deeper coding for my personal work and my business work. You can analyze actual images. You can go to GitHub as well as Google Drive for docs to maybe analyze or share information. You can upload documents. This is a kind of an SEO document. And let's ask. Interesting, it's creating code for this, which is not what happened when I asked this question of o3 Mini earlier today. It offered some reasoning, offered some insight, but not coding like this. So let's see what we get. Oh, correcting the code that it created. Wow, this is pretty deep analysis. I'm curious about the conclusion. Well, I hope all this analysis is worth it. My goodness. Looking at the content gaps and technical recommendations more closely. Claude hit its maximum pause response. Well, that did me no good at all. I've run into this with Claude on other projects, and I am a $20 a month subscriber, so this was the first thing I uploaded. So I'm not impressed there at all. The thing is, I'm coming to a point while testing these models that I really don't know where to go with it, because they're all so good anymore. They're getting better and better at a level that I honestly am not sure how to test them. Yeah, there are a series of tests, and it's worth looking at those graphs. But what I need all these models for, whether it is Claude or DeepSeek or the reasoning models with OpenAI, as well as, again, DeepSeek and Grok, the thing is they're getting so good and so deep that they're, for the most part, for 95% of what I do, they're going to be solid. What they're going for now is the next level. For the PhDs and scientists who really need such deep computing power, AI power, that it's just beyond our everyday work. So I think using Claude 3.7 for most of what you want to do is probably going to be great. And it really is more about the experience. And as you can see, the way Claude runs is quite often a very good experience. And knowing that they haven't had to upgrade as fast as all of the other AIs as of late, and we're still competitive, that's impressive. And as you can see, this next level is probably going to be competitive for quite a while and worth your time to explore. Hey, if you want to hear more about AI, of course, don't forget the podcast. We launch it every Monday on YouTube and your favorite podcast station. We are two creative guys talking AI.